Hi, yes, and higher healing vibrations. Cosmic Cat here. Thank you for being present. Welcome to my channel. I just heard a crow call outside, so I brought the crow down here for us, the energy. Perhaps maybe you've been having crows come around lately or noticing them a lot. Maybe there's a murder of them in their backyard. Who knows? I know when I first started on my spiritual awakening, crows were everywhere, especially at the job I was at. There was one that literally stayed at my window of my office and would just crow nonstop. It was hard to focus. This baby gift was, or this was gifted to me in my backyard just recently, from two crows that came to visit a friend that was visiting me, and we sat on the back porch and heard them, and then we looked up and there they were, two crows just sitting there on the branch just staring at us. I'm like, ah. I looked over and I said, there we are in another lifetime. And we giggled. It was a great time. I'm getting angel bumps. So this is the affirmation. I was meant to share this with you. So I have what we have here. This reading today is geared toward those Geminis. This is the final day of Gemini season. Tomorrow starts Cancer season. So if your birthday is today, June 20th, this reading is for you. It is a general reading. It's also timeless, so the energy will always be ever present. No matter when anytime that you watch this, the energy will still be there. Your intuition, allow your intuition to help guide you. There are approximately 367,000 people born every day. So please take what resonates for you and leave behind for others what doesn't, okay? If you were guided here and it isn't your birthday today, welcome. I'm so happy that you could join us. Please follow your intuition and your gut. If you feel the need to do so, you might have already known. I do believe I'm feeling the energy that some of you already knew that this reading was meant for you. So there is no need for you to verify or convince yourself you know by already knowing that. But if you are curious and wondering, that curious cat inside of you, meow, wondering if you were meant for this, then please follow your gut intuition, tap into your belly, maybe ask your spirit guide, source, energy, check and see where Mercury lies in your chart and Gemini. It could be significant for you. Maybe you even have that as your rising sign or your moon sign. Speaking of moon, Cancer is guided by the moon. So if you are very drawn to the moon, there's probably a message here for you from spirit and source. Okay. So one of the first things that I received was an inner light that you carry. Okay, Gemini, we know that you have great communication skills. You're a social butterfly. The whole time Gemini season was about, there was a need for I just needed to take a deep breath. Pardon me for a moment, you guys. There was a need for you to actively listen and have discernment and know when to speak up and have your social butterfly moment and when to actually be still and just actively listen. Sometimes those around you want to have you there just to hear what they have to say. They want to ear, that's why oftentimes there's therapy. That's to lend an ear, to help just allow when you speak things, you're releasing. Okay, so you're releasing it. Sometimes you also are manifesting this. So it's important to make sure that what you're speaking is clean. At certain times, whenever you hear your manifestation power is really strong, or whenever you feel it's very strong, know that whatever you're thinking is going to manifest easily, quickly, and powerfully. So that's why it's important to think positive thoughts or stay on the side of optimism versus pessimism, okay? So there was this inner light and spark I got from meditation within you. There's like you have a flame, but then so you may want to check and see where Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius is in your chart. Because there's this flame outside of you, but there's this inner flame that's igniting for some of you. Someone here is just now getting in tune with their inner child. And you have a spark of where you've reached your inner child. You've been practicing and you finally reached that spark of actually just gaining access of, allowing the inner child is starting to feel safe with you. So this is a wonderful time and moment. I asked about this inner spark and drew the Ace of Swords here. Okay. And the first thing that came to me was, okay, so there's an inner spark and now you need to protect yourself. The first thing that came up was cutting the cords. So you realize with your inner spark and your inner child that there was a necessary need to cut a cord. So you've called upon Archangel Michael, or perhaps asked for God to help you, source, higher power, spirit, whatever you prefer. But you called upon help, and Michael's offered you a sword, or you knew to go to ask him for the sword so that you can cut ties somewhere wherever there's toxic cords. This could even be cutting of thoughts in your own mind that are affecting you, because you are of the mind. You're an air sign, Gemini. You're adaptable. You can change. That's fine. Change isn't difficult for you. You're a mutable sign, so there's flexibility within you. But there is this, there's toxicity sometimes, our illusions that we create in our mind and that you've created. You realize that they're not serving you. They're not helping you. So you've called upon some help here to get the Ace of Swords. And this is going to really, it's a new beginning for you. It's it's a new breakthrough. It's a breakthrough that's coming for you, that you've sparked. Your inner spark is helping you with this light that's coming in, okay? And it's bringing with it peace and durability. So it's something that's going to last, okay? So it's like you're releasing, and while you're releasing, it's flowing. I'm seeing it flow like water. I'm not seeing where there's like this long integration phase. It's more like a flow. It's like the wheel. It's like a wheel turning, and suddenly you're going to release the toxicity, release the negative thoughts, release anything that's weighing you down or that isn't serving you. Release worry, guilt, shame, fear, old wounds, and you're flowing. And as you release, something else new is coming in to fill that space. So it's not like a pause where it needs to sit and wait for a moment, which we've experienced this year. This is more like a flow. So as soon as you grab the sword, you're able to immediately release the toxicity. And this could definitely be that because of your power that you're having, the discovery that you've had with your inner spark, your own inner light. Peacock just came up. Peacocks are about inner beauty. And they're also they don't hold resentment. They don't hold on to anything. They're so free. They're so light. And they have this outer beauty because they also have this inner beauty inside. And they just don't even harbor any kind of tense or heavy emotions, fear, anxiety, tension, resentment, anger. They just know how to let that. So there's some sort of energy there. Maybe you've seen a peacock recently. But this inner spark, this inner light. So what is this breakthrough? Let's see. Let's pull a card. I was really feeling the energy and speaking about it in preparation. And then I heard, it's time to just to go. Let's go, because this is the moment. It's time to just see it. So let's see if the cards can tell us anything else about the breakthrough. What is the breakthrough about for Gemini's June 20th? Spirit, is the breakthrough about? Death. Okay, yeah, there's something dying. And it's not by chance that it's right by the rose quartz. That was the very first crystal that I pulled down today. Rose quartz. And then I pulled all the other crystals down, except for you saw me pull the crow down. But the very last one before the crow that I pulled down was I was feeling Archangel Mary's presence. And there's a desire and a need for those of you who have connected to your inner child, for you to actually connect to the earth and allow some nurturing to take place. If you felt drawn to roses, that could be Mary Magdalene. If you've been drawn to unicorns, that could be Archangel Mary. Okay? Both of these archangels are able to help show you and guide you with divine love for yourself and for your inner child. The nurturing that maybe you didn't receive as a child, okay? So this is important. It's very sacred for you. So there is going to be a death experience coming up. This is a Scorpio card. Scorpio could be significant for you in your chart. Scorpio is a water sign. Even though we're approaching Cancer, water is coming and water is already here. Maybe you've been feeling drawn to the moon more. Maybe perhaps you feel emotional and you don't even know why. Why am I so emotional? So this is why. It's because we're approaching Cancer season, being led by the moon. The moon is extremely powerful. We're also in the solstice. It's June 20th, so we're at the summer solstice right now. First day of summer, longest day of the year. Yeah, it's here, it's coming, it's on us. And so Gemini season's dying, Cancer season's beginning. Spring season is dying, summer season is beginning. And that is for us in this hemisphere. It is the opposite for others, and I'm sure that you are aware of that, but you're still going through. It doesn't matter because you're still changing the season. Whether you're changing from fall to winter, winter to spring, spring to summer, summer to fall, any of the seasons, it's a part of not just your own experience of your body. You're okay, so I just received a download of you being asked to actually think about the similarities between seasons dying and rebirthing and your own body dying and rebirthing, as in whenever you move, as in how a season affects your body. The older you get, your body's it's so interesting in my region where I'm at. A lot of I'm in the Kentucky and Indiana area, and so many people when they get older in this area move to Florida. It's like, because their bones, they're very honest and open about it. They just can't take the cold anymore. It does a number on their bodies. Their bodies are stiff. Their ailments are terrible. Allergies can play into that, but allergies can also be everywhere and anywhere that you go. It could just be a different allergy, But typically, I know my doctor always told me, you're in the Ohio Valley. That's why you have severe allergies. But if you lived by the ocean, the moisture would help with that. Anyway, there's also a third eye opening. There's a spiritual awakening that happens. Our bodies have symptoms. Our bodies are, are like grids. They're like grids. They're like sacred geometry. So death is just, it's a part of the process. If you've ever moved from one state to another or from one home to another, even if it was in the same subdivision, that is a death and rebirth. The old part is dying. The old environment you were in is dying. And the new environment and the new home and the new space is rebirthing and growing, okay? If you've ever kicked a habit or an addiction, that's a death and rebirth. You went from who you were. You went to death with the addiction. You know, that sends you through this death process of like, you're not who you are, you're not who you were before. You know, family wonders and curious and don't understand. And then, you know, and then you rebirth. Once you are healing from the addiction, you rebirth, and you're not the same person you were before the addiction. You're not the person you were during the addiction. You're a completely different person that you've rebirthed into. So death and rebirth is a natural process of life, and it's something that we even experience while we're alive, before our souls or before our bodies are decayed. Okay, someone's here with us. Who's this here with us right now? Someone just popped in, and I'm not exactly sure who it is. If I get a name or if I get another feeling, I will share with you. But how interesting, you have this major breakthrough, and then you're going through. So there's also could be an ego death happening for someone here. This is part of your spiritual process of you awakening and releasing whatever it is that you've asked for help with. Let's see what we can get to help you with on this. We have survival. Draw on your strength and resilience to survive challenging times. You have the inner resources needed to endure and overcome difficulties. Trust in your ability to perceive and emerge stronger from adversity. Strength and resilience to survive challenging times. This is right under the Ace of Swords. It's almost as if you knew you needed it. You knew that you needed that, and it's there to help you. Yeah, survival. Look at peace. You're at peace here. Like, I like how it says you have the inner resources needed to endure and overcome difficulties. And I already feel like you knew this because you called upon Michael. We have this Ace of Swords. You had the inner spark. Some sort of epiphany happened with you. And then you were guided or told or downloaded, some sort of clair came into play. Clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, something came into play to like help you realize, you know, what to do, your next step. And so you're being guided, and you have this Ace of Swords, this clear mind, clarity is coming in, a breakthrough. Now that you've gained this clarity, you're experiencing, you have the strength and durability to go through this death process. You have a different understanding of death, and it doesn't fear you. So fear is something someone here has let go of, or you're continually working towards releasing. Sometimes we may let go of things. We may even coach ourselves that we're letting go of things, which is good. But it's important to make sure that, you know, we don't have, what do they say, the wool pulled over the eyes, or sheep eyes? I'm not sure, the old saying. But anyway, smoke in the mirrors. Make sure that you're being legit with yourself in the process when you're doing it. Being honest. And you are, because this brings the clarity. But the perception you have of death now is completely different. Look at this. So you may want to actually, I'm going to pull another. You may actually want to check out yesterday's, the 19th reading, for birthday reading, okay? I do a birthday reading every day. I do an inner child reading every day as well, if you would like to check some of those out. Highly encourage you, if this inner spark is speaking about your inner child, or you would like to get closer or connect or even start some sort of relationship with your inner child, your gut, so that you can be guided more by your intuition and higher power and higher self, as opposed to just, you know, maybe regretting things. Feel free to check them out. I do encourage you to check them out. These were all things that I started because I was guided to do this. And angel numbers, angel cards, and animal spirits are short videos I do every day as well. Well, we definitely have 2 full moons here. And we have the Queen of Bears, which is the Queen of Pentacles. This is, for deadheads out there, this is Mountains on the Moon. If you'd like to listen to that song, even if you're not a deadhead, I recommend listening to it. This shows this nurturing, motherly, loving embrace that is, again, we talked about with Mother Mary, Archangel Mary, Mary Magdalene, and this rose quartz. Also, Sophia is coming into play, and she's an ascended master. I don't know much about her, but I think maybe that's who came, who's present with us, Sophia. And you want to look into that, okay? But this is you learning. So those of you connecting with your inner child, calling upon the nurturing that we talked about, this is all about the Queen of Pentacles here. And this could definitely be related to a parent, to a motherly figure, that role model that you look up to. So this could be your card. This could also be someone else. And it's the same with the Knight. This is the Knight of Skulls, which is also the Knight of Swords. Okay. And this is Stagger Lee's song, if you'd like to look to watch that, to look at that one. But you're not putting up with anything here. You go from this nurturing, loving, gentle queen to this knight that's protected, shielded. You have a gun, you're holding the dice, no fear at all. And you don't really have fear here either. You know, look at how drastic of it. It's like night and day, even though these are both Knight cards. They're both feminine aspects. They're both full moon energies. One's completely surrounded by nature, and this one does seem to have more of a darker sense to it. So I feel like there's a balance. So there's a balance that's coming into play with your health, your home, your wealth. These are all things that are part of this queen energy here. I mean, this could definitely be about your health right now, mental health. For some of you, it's about your mental health. And releasing and letting go of others' projections, of others' thoughts and feelings that are not your own. You're starting to learn. This breakthrough that happened for you is a breakthrough to help you decipher and realize and know whose opinion is whose. Starting to think for yourself. You're thinking for yourself here, and you realize also that you don't need to put up with anyone's BS or anyone else's baggage. Like, you're not there to hold their bags, which is hold their feelings. It's okay for you to have feelings too. You have feelings and you matter. What you think matters. And it actually really needs to matter most to you. really needs to matter most to you. Look at this sacred space. Yeah. Yeah, there's a process that you're going to go through to really start to help you with not just boundaries, but learning and accepting light and dark, male, female, your masculine side and your feminine side, wanting to have the equanimity, the balance, wanting to be part of this. Also knowing when it's time, having discernment and knowing when it's time to live in this energy of being, this is grounded, very grounded energy, and it's solid, down to earth. You know, here we're in the mind, the ego, the communication. You know, there's a little bit of bluntness here. There's a little bit of, you're not putting up with anything in this card. You know, it's just, I don't know how else to say it besides you're not going to put up with it, what you had put up with before this breakthrough. It's done. It is actually done. And now you're learning to nurture not just yourself, but your inner child, that inner spark, the inner light that's guiding you. It's absolutely beautiful. And then you're going to come to your sacred space. Yeah. I mean, we have survival underneath the Ace of Swords, and we have sacred space underneath the Death card. And in between, we have the emotions and the feelings that are going to happen all around this. So it's like, you know, this is you building your home, you know, your inner home. You're inside yourself. Maybe perhaps you are building your own physical home as well. Take what resonates for you and leave behind for others what doesn't, okay? But then you go to, you know, become passionate and take action. You start to take action here with a sense of urgency. A sense of like, oh yeah, got to really get this going here. It's taking care of your health, your wealth, your shelter, your survival, learning these basic necessities, relearning them perhaps, or learning them for the first time. Whatever it is what it is. Do your best to not place good, bad, right, wrong, okay, on any of this situation. Just look at it as it is. Have that Buddhist, that Jesus, the Yeshua mentality of it is, you know, because you're moving from, and this isn't something, this is what you're always going to have. You're going to understand and feel what it's like to have this love, this safety, this nest within yourself, and the courage, the strength, willpower, discernment, all of these things. And then you're going to move into this, like, what you have here for yourself. You're going to expand and bring this out into the world to share with the world. This is you standing, taking a stand, maybe becoming this activist in the community. Perhaps having your, you know, this is you taking action, being in control, as I mentioned earlier, having a passion and a sense of urgency. So this is like compassion and this is passion. But you have all of this energy here. And look at this. We don't have, well, thank goodness we've got the watery death card here with Scorpio, because this brings in the elements, all of the elements now. So we have air. So we have all of the elements here. There's this balance that's coming to you. And I think it's going to come, yeah, when you have this sacred space and hold this space for yourself, this one meditation. You may even get this visual during it. But it's going to come. It may not be now. It may not be next week or today. It may not even be in 5 months. It may take a year. You'll surprise yourself. You'll be surprised, but you'll be pleasantly surprised. And learn patience. This is also learning patience and looking forward to something. By this time, some of you are going to find this sacred space. And by then, when it will come, this will come back to you. This reading will come back to you. But until then, it may leave your mind. You may not even be thinking about this. And then all of a sudden, 8 months from now, you're like, wow. Or from 8 months from the time you watch the reading, you have this vision, you do this, and you actually see flowers, moon, the crescent moon, which has a deeper spiritual meaning. This is connecting to ancient Egypt. We also have sacred geometry, which I mentioned at the beginning as well. So if you would like to connect to some sacred geometry and learn more about that, I recommend checking out Dr. Robert Gilbert. He's wonderful for this. Okay, that's the message I have for you today. Happy birthday. Don't forget to check out those other readings. The angel numbers, animal spirits, and angel card. These are always that spirit and guides, ancestors, lost loved ones that have already went to the other side. All try to reach out to us, okay? And it's important that, it could be very important for you to check in with this energy. I wish you could see this. There's this like red light. Oh, it's a reflection. Okay. This candle is white, but I'd never seen this red on the candle. There's these dried flowers inside of this candle. It's absolutely remarkable. But I'm like, what is this red? And it's a reflection of what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this orange jumper, and the orange is shining off onto this, reflecting onto the light. So think about reflections. These are your reflections here. The Queen and the Knight. This one could be some masculine energy, but because there's feminine on this particular card, this is speaking of a woman. And I just felt by touching the card of Joan of Arc came to mind. So I'm not sure, maybe that's an ancestor and lineage, but something for you to discover and find out. I do hope you have a beautiful, pleasant solstice. Try to do a ceremony or something sacred to you, something for you that you can find a feather in your yard, find a rock that's special, treat yourself. Do something for yourself to where you're having a little bit of sacred time for you and that inner spark. Okay? On the count of 3, I'm going to blow out the candle for you. Prepare that wish and make it now. 1, 2, 3. And as the smoke rises, may your dreams and wishes rise too. Have a cosmic day and tonight, meow.